Hello, and welcome back to Blueprints, and welcome to day 50. What a crazy number. I knew this playthrough was going to be long, but I don't think I really imagined kind of where I would be in this game by day 50. So, yeah, I'm just having fun. In honor of day 50, two kind of funny things. One, I woke up this morning and almost immediately the thought popped into my head, oh no, I forgot to use the Sanctum key that I got yesterday. So, yeah, that happened. Thankfully, of all the Sanctum keys, that's probably one of the easiest to just go back and get. I'm pretty sure all I will need to do is just draft the vault and grab it. So thankfully, it's not like the music room one or the mechanarium one. Which would take a lot more finagling to get around to. But yeah, next time I see the vault, I'll just grab it and try to actually use it this time. I did have the moon pendant at the end of the last one, which saved itself, which is pretty cool. That means it'll take effect again at the end of today. And the metal detector, which is also pretty cool. So yeah, what else did we do last time? Oh, what was our new room? This was just yesterday for me, so I should be able to figure this out pretty quickly. Oh, the tunnel. Yeah. Kind of fumbled with that one, but then immediately redeemed myself by using my self-igniting torch on an unsuspecting sundial. So, yeah, we made a little bit of progress with that, although it doesn't feel like much, because I still don't have the microchips that I need for it. I wonder if the things in a new clue will also help me with that. I'm not sure, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see what I can get in here. I could get trading posts just to see if those coins stay in there. I have a feeling they probably don't, but I could always try. Tool shed is... it's just good to have two special items right at the beginning, especially since I have a feeling like I already have the metal detector, so they're probably not going to give me that, so that narrows it down to fewer options. I could go for Hovel. That always is kind of scary, though. What do I think would be the most helpful? Probably tool shed. Yeah, we'll go with tool shed. Battery pack, very nice. And the sledgehammer. All good stuff. Battery pack, especially helpful if I manage to get my hands on a shovel and a broken lever, which I guess is maybe a little easier said than done. But it could happen. Right. We are still at it. I don't really know what my main goal here is anymore. I know some of my main goals, but what do I want to accomplish in this run? I'd love to find the master bedroom. I don't know. I don't have much hope in doing that. I haven't done it so far. Even with what I think is pretty much all the information I need. Yeah, I'd love to get a magnifying glass for a multitude of reasons. Ooh, I could do library. But that might be a waste if I don't get a magnifying glass. So I'm a little worried about that one. Could do quest bedroom, see if we can actually make it to the antechamber this time. And there's usually an item in there, so sure, I'll do that. I think it's just a gem, but that's totally fine. Nice. And we get extra steps. Let's see. Let's go back this way. Oh, I said there was a couple of funny things, and I forgot one of them. The other funny thing that happened is before I started recording, I thought to myself, I really ought to just check and see if I have a cord that I can use to plug my controller into my computer. And I opened a random drawer at my desk, pulled out a cord, and thought, this looks like it fits. And now my controller is plugged into my computer. So happy 50th episode. I finally plugged in my controller to my computer, and hopefully that fixes any disconnection issues that I might run into. I don't know if it also charges the controller. Maybe it does. I guess we'll see if it runs out of battery, but yeah, sorry about that. It's fixed now. Okay, we could do security, and I guess lower security, or we can do pantry. I want to wait on pantry. I'm pretty sure that actually spreads food, and with only 3 rooms to my name, we might not want to do that yet. So let's do security. Okay, is there anything laying around? There is. Cool. And first I'm just gonna do the normal things. And, well, I guess setting this to low is not super normal, but it's a standard security procedure. And we're gonna set that to unlocked. And the other thing that I want to do is log into the, log into the network. And I would like to view that Alzara thing again, now that I have the option to do that. Sorry everybody, just making sure we get good use out of my controller. I also turned the game audio up a little bit for the recording. We'll see how much of a difference that makes and if that is good or not. I don't know. Okay, 1987. Right, sorry, this is not what I wanted. Footage is not found for all these other years, that's right. So we're just gonna do 1993. Interesting that they don't have the... Is that the date? Or like the day of the month? Yeah, because this is the 6th. That's the intro cutscene. But all of these don't have dates on them, except for the month. So like they're obviously keeping track of when I find them, but not completely. I guess maybe they don't want this to be a way for me to find out what day it is. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird to me. Anyway, I do want to watch this most recent one.
I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. Faintly in the mist.
So this is statue of, I don't know.
A statue cradled in a court.
It's either Oris or General Teskin, I think is his name.
You will find yourself one day wandering these paths,
And I believe this is the museum
walking
courtyard.
the footsteps of the past,
We've definitely seen a map of that.
wandering and waiting, searching.
And this, I mean, there's tea on the table.
Never be cast.
Searching for a shadow that will never be cast.
To end. The hours to pass.
And it's 12:15.
What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will
Okay, I also just opened up my phone and found the note that I was looking for. Uh, it was a note that's in the basement. It says 100 bells, Sandy Heights, 5 p.m. Which I think 100 bells is the name of like the tea place. I don't know. I might have to check out that tour guide book again. Okay. Well, I'm satisfied with that. Do I want to log into anything else? I guess I could log in to the laboratory and start an experiment. So I can also special order another magnifying glass. I'm going to keep doing this until I have done everything I want to do with my magnifying glass. And we're also going to log into the laboratory and start ourselves an experiment. And it is nice and early in the day, so it's a good time to start one. Let's set one up. Okay, so we have gain 1 key, 1 gem, or 1 die, which is pretty good, especially if we can trigger it a lot. Add a small chest to the entrance hall, pretty good since I have a sledgehammer. Set your steps to 40, which is definitely not what I want right now. So while drafting, if you draw a drawing room floor plan, I feel like that does not happen that often. I mean, I guess I could be wrong about that, but I don't see it happening that often. I did have the thought though that, and I don't remember if I had the thought because I actually did it in the game already, or if I just had this thought like off camera at some point. But I was thinking, since this is one of the experiment triggers, it would be nice to go to the conservatory, get the drawing room, and change it to commonplace, but it might already be commonplace. Oh, I know what it was. I had the thought while I was watching my footage, and I actually said that already. Yeah, I already checked the rarity of this in my directory, and it is commonplace. So anyway, that was a fun little tangent. When you draft a hallway from another hallway, that used to be good when I had lots of hallways, but these days I'm not getting them that much. At least it doesn't feel like it. Okay, here's the thing though. If I do happen to get tunnel, I can just tunnel my way through the entire house and draft hallway after hallway after hallway over and over, which seems pretty good. I also realized I think maybe one of the caveats with the tunneling and the tunnel to tunnel to tunnel is that eventually they might be locked. So that's something to consider. When you draft a red room, lose 5 steps, and then... Red rooms are more dangerous this run, so I don't want to do that. You draft hallway from another hallway. None of these feel like things I want to do terribly often. We can try the drawing room one, since I don't know if I've actually done that yet. And then we can just add a key, a gem, or a die, because those all seem like things I want. So let's try it. We'll see how often I get drawing room. And maybe it'll turn out pretty well. Who knows? Okay. Let's keep going to the right here. And commissary would have a magnifying glass, almost certainly, right? Because I've been ordering them like every day. So maybe we go ahead and do that. Yes, we do have magnifying glasses, and we have a shovel, which is something I want. Set of gems, also helpful. I'll go ahead and get it. And I will save the rest of my coins. Seems like a good plan. And now we can head up. Well, all of these go somewhere I can already go. So let's go ahead and do observatory. I'm on an observatory kick these days because I want more stars. And it's early in the run, so also good. Okay, what do I have here? That's... Right, that's the twins, which does something that I already forgot. This one is the key, gives me a key. This one is the fancy diamond, I think, which gives me 5 gems. That's the delicious apples. That's the 4-way rooms, which, as a consequence of making 4-way rooms more common, you're also making red rooms more common. So we might not want to do that. Let me remind myself of what the twins does, and then probably choose the key. 2 trunks. Oh. Okay, well actually I'm right next to the entrance hall. And I have a sledgehammer. So maybe that's not bad. Let's go ahead and do it. I think that's actually better than I thought. I probably could have just drafted the room there and maybe gone back through security. That's okay though. Let's open these up. Okay, there's some dice. Very nice. And cool. Some coins. What else do we get? Ooh. A compass and a map. That's pretty exciting. And I do have a shovel. So that's gonna be rank 6 on the second column from the left. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and I was just making sure I didn't have anything to dig with yet, or anything to dig up yet. Let's go up this way. I don't necessarily want a dead end right here. So maybe we put chapel here and then walk away. I think that makes some sense. Yeah. Let's go up here. Den actually fits really well and has resources, so there's a gem and a coin. Nice. Okay. Let's head left. I feel like I always inevitably lock myself off from like one of the sides for most of the run, but I think I'm probably okay with that. Ah, coin. Thank you. We are going to turn this off because I don't have a key card. And we're going to do that. Someday I probably ought to do the whole VAC thing again just to see if there's anything else to be gained from that. But my hunch right now says there's not. So I'm not going to do that. We are going to go back through security and set security to high now. Yeah. That should be good. And I guess we can check the inventory again. Okay, we have not missed anything. And now we'll go up here. Just want to make sure there's nothing weird on here. Don't think so. Yep. Okay. I don't see anything to grab. I think one day if we do want to try buying out the showroom, a chapel would be a good thing to have for all of the coins that I've given it. Yeah. Okay. Breakfast nook would have a key, which is really nice. Trophy room. I mean, 8 gems is nice. But I think I need keys more. I could also do a dorm. Let's do breakfast nook. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And this... it's either gonna have to be pantry, secret passage, or redraw. I don't think I want to do secret passage. I really want to save that for trying to get the bedroom. Or the master bedroom. So... yeah, I'll go with pantry. I think that's fine. Okay. Thankfully it's not locked. Could put workshop here, actually. I would pretty much immediately need to start working my way to the left and down. I'm getting a little nervous about my key situation, but I think this is probably fine. Ooh, broken lever. Okay, is that everything I need actually for the jackhammer? I think it might be. Yes. Yeah. I mean, let's make it. I think it's worth it. Yes, I think it's worth it. Jackhammer. What will I be missing out on once I make this? I will no longer be able to dig, probably. And I think that's okay. All right, final item. And a trophy. Nice. Trophy of Invention. In recognition of innovative craftsmanship. You've been awarded the Trophy of Invention for creating all 8 contraptions in the workshop. Nice. That is our 5th one, I think. And here's our jackhammer. Nice. A makeshift jackhammer, more effective than the shovel at excavation. Interesting. Digs deeper and finds better items. Okay. It's hard to tell from that description what exactly I can do with it. I'm hoping I can do more with it than I can with the shovel. Yeah, I don't know. I like how makeshift this looks. It truly looks like a really crazy DIY jackhammer that is potentially dangerous. I love it. Okay. Let's come in here, and I should be able to dig with this still. A gem. Ooh, okay. So more effective, like really more effective. That's nice. Okay, maybe not. Well, it worked one of the 2 times, so I'll take that as a good sign. Okay, Mechanarium is gonna have all 4 ways open, actually, which could be really good. So I think I'll take it. Nice. That does mean I miss out on the lever in here, but I think I'm okay with that. Garage would have 3 keys. And I think that's probably worth it. All 3 keys. I'll go ahead and open the garage, because why not? And yeah, no weird writing on this one actually. Okay. Is there anything I need to do out there? I don't think so. No, probably not. So I'm gonna come back in here and actually use my key to go down this way. I feel like this is going pretty well so far. Courtyard could potentially have dig spots. So I'm thinking maybe we go with that. Yeah. And I guess the question is there anywhere else I would be able to use the jackhammer other than just normal dig spots? Because the answer might be no. I've been assuming the answer would be yes this whole time, but it's completely possible that, like, this is really truly only for dig spots. I am getting a lot of gems out of it though, so probably shouldn't complain too much. See, I'm getting a lot of gems, so I don't know that getting the emerald bracelet would truly be worth it. But maybe well, okay, I could get locksmith instead, which feels like it might be more worth it for me. So I think I will. Yeah. We can save the bracelet for another day. Yeah, I do want a special key. I'm always intrigued by what I get. Car keys would be really nice. Secret garden is also perfectly fine. Makes it more likely that I'll actually reach the antechamber. Do I want to spend any more money? Not now. I can come back, probably. Okay. Yeah, let's head this way. And patio would be pretty good here. I don't have very many green rooms, but I don't mind that so much. So let's do that. And do I... Yes, I get a gem right here. Very nice. And, ooh, a gem and a key right here. Buried. Buried is definitely weird writing. That is weird writing if I've ever seen it. Yeah, it's not like really cursive. It just looks more handwritten. So where am I writing these down? I would love to find that, so I can write more things down. Okay, funny words. Buried. And this is in the patio. Or on the patio, as normal people say. Okay. So I have bridge, west, beside, and buried. And potentially end, although I'm not sure about that one because that was in a book. Buried, bridge, west, beside. Wonder if I need to go out beside the bridge and actually dig instead of just looking around. That seems likely. So I might do that this run. We'll see. Okay. Veranda is looking pretty good here. And my experiment triggered. That's nice. Yeah, I don't want drawing room for sure, because I want to keep triggering the experiment. Man, I can just open up everything. This feels pretty nice. Okay, nothing of interest, that's fine. Some dice, wow. All right. And what do we get? Oh, another drawing room. We are on fire, I think. Nursery is probably, well, let's put spare room here. Why not? I like filling it out. So I will. Ooh, planetarium. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. Sure. And I do want to maybe look around in here again just to be sure there's nothing I missed. I wonder if I can actually spot like the constellations that I see through the telescope. But I don't wonder hard enough to actually try. Okay, star schedule, survey of constellations. Is there anything hidden that I can only see with the magnifying glass? Okay. Other notable night skies observed. Yeah, I noticed 29 pretty recently with both of the diamonds. On 40 stars, there's 7 different constellations, and then on 50 stars, there is a new constellation. Okay, well, I don't see anything hidden, so I guess that's probably all there is to see here. Yeah, we're still aiming for 50. And I can walk here, but I don't see... I guess I could check for, like, writing. Like, did anybody write on the seats? I'm still a little intrigued by the base of this because it looks like the letter E. I forgot about that. That totally might be important. One thing I keep thinking about off camera that I keep meaning to do is look at my directory. So the foundation is considered room 1, which is kind of interesting. I was kind of wondering if there would be like a word spelled out with all these rooms. Doesn't really seem like it. At least not that I can tell right now. Man, we have all the rooms except for room 8. And I wonder if we need to solve the entire gallery to get to room 8. Not sure. If so, that seems kind of daunting because I've not had that much luck in the gallery so far. But man, that is the only blue room that we are missing. Still missing master bedroom. And that's it. Other than Dovecote, or however you say that. Probably should look that one up. And vestibule from the studio. And probably one more found floor plan, if I had to guess. Yeah, these all come in 8s. So I bet there's one more found floor plan. Wow, we are very close to filling out our directory, which I think is maybe another trophy too. So that's exciting. I'll try to remember that letter E looking thing. Maybe. Now I'm just looking all over for things that might look like letters. That might not be a great use of my time. Okay, Yes, back up to the mechanarium. And up. What special keys do I have? Right. I think... I mean, I have 6 keys now, which is pretty good. Maybe I check out the foundation first. Oh yeah, this one's unlocked. Let's see. Ooh, another drawing room. Okay. I might want to... Well, no, we can do parlor. It'll bring us over to the right at least. And I will grab the apple. And I'll go ahead and try looking at this puzzle before picking up the key. The gems are in this box. The above statement is true. Okay? The gems are not in this box. The above statement is false. Okay? The top statement of each box is true. The above statement is true. Well, I think this one has to be completely false. Because if the top statement of each box is true, then this one's completely true. This one's completely true. And this one is partially true, which means none of them are completely false. And that is one of the rules. One of them has to be completely false. So this one is completely false. So what about these? Oops. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go take care of something real quick. I'll be back. Okay. Anyway, we know this one's completely false. This one can't be completely true, right? Yeah, because the bottom one and the top one cannot both be true. So this one is completely true, which means the gems are in here. And then this one, the bottom statement's false. Yeah. Okay. So gems should be in here. Very nice. Cool. I was also thinking during my very short break that I might want to go ahead and go through the basement and over to the bridge on the west side, see if I can dig anything up. It's possible I'm still missing too many words to accurately determine what I need to be doing, but I figured while I'm pretty close, I might as well go try. So we're gonna do that. Okay. We will also see if jackhammer can be used anywhere in here. I think the answer is probably no. Yeah, not really. This is a pretty cracked wall, but don't know if my jackhammer can be used in that way. Yeah, okay. Anything in here? No, okay. Let's go this way. And over to the bridge to see if I'm onto something. Okay. Can I dig next to the bridge? I can. Oh man. A small data microchip buried in an old jar. Looks like it might be able to be plugged in somewhere. That is incredible. Thank you. Okay, I feel good about that. And that makes me think, because I kind of started thinking about that based on reading a new clue because of the word end written kind of fancy. It made me start thinking about these notes. So I wonder if the whole a new clue thing is directly related to Blackbridge Grotto, microchips, stuff like that. Because me unlocking that other microchip thing, which is where the other microchip still is, I guess, that is also from a new clue. So I wonder if I keep following other clues from that book, if I will eventually find the third microchip. And I have a suspicion that it might be in the foyer with the bust of Major Aaron Key. I still don't know what it means, though, by writing out Major as if it were an erogen word. And now that I'm here, I'm kind of wondering if I should put these in the grotto first. I think I might. Because since something actually lights up on the wall when I put them in there, something might happen when I put this new one in there. So we're going to do that. And then, assuming nothing crazy happens with that, we will continue our way through the mansion. Ooh, okay, man. Feels good to actually figure things out in this game. Just means they're doing a really good job of... Well, it means they did a good job of making the game. Yeah. Okay, let me log into here one more time while I'm here. Right, this would be more. Yes. I want to see the user database. Admin access, personnel access, key expired, and 3 additional delisted admin keys. So, yes, I tried putting in Denny Ravain's key, and did it tell me it was expired? I can try it. Let's try. This admin key has been deactivated. Okay, so it does not... I was a little confused at first because of the 3 delisted admin keys. I was wondering, oh, does that mean they're not in use anymore? And the list here is really all there is? No, there are 3 more that have been delisted, but I think probably still work. And potentially one of those does not fit the normal length of admin keys. Still don't know what this is about. Yeah, still don't know. Okay, well, I think that is kind of all I want to do in here, so we're just going to head back to the house. And is there anything I want to do close to the entrance hall? I don't think so. No. So we are just going to go back through the basement. Oh, man. This is a good day 50, for sure. I am kind of sad that it seems like there's nothing else to do with my jackhammer other than get better things when I dig. But, I mean, other than that, we've still been making lots of progress, so can't be too upset. Alrighty. Also feels good to look over at my Steam blueprints thing and see that I have 5 out of 16 achievements. Which means I have made progress and still have a long way to go. And both of those things feel really good. Okay. Pick the lock, please. Thank you. Ooh, all of these don't point down, which is a little rough. I'm not a huge fan of casino these days. Because it seems like when you gamble, you don't always win. Surprise, surprise. I might do Lost and Found. No, I'm too worried about my items that I have to do Lost and Found. Let's do kitchen because I need the steps. I think that's a smart and safe play right here. I don't think I have any red rooms, so we're just gonna get this and maybe save the rest of my coins. Oh, we have 1 red room. Still, that's not a great deal. I think that's just for the watering can, which I realized looking back at my earlier videos that water was not originally going to the kitchen, so we did have to reroute it here, probably just for the watering can upgrade, although we don't see those very often. I mean, mailroom is tempting because of all the letters that are in there, but I think I'm gonna go with treasure trove. Yeah. And I'm comfortable using one of my keys here too. Man, this is gonna have so many coins. This will also be really good for buying out the showroom someday. Okay. If there's a green memo in here, we know that it is true, I think. Let's just open it and then I'll check my notes after. 2 realms have the same color banner. Okay, well, that seems a little far-fetched, so let me check my notes again to make sure. I'm looking for my notes about memos. Memos. Green memos in white boxes are false. Okay. So, I already suspected that, but this does confirm for me that all of the realms have different colors, which means one of the remaining ones is pink and one of them is white. Yeah. Let me make sure I wrote down that there's a night treasure trove. I think I did. No, I did not. Wow. So there is a knight in the treasure trove. So that's all of the knights found, all of the rooks found, both queens found, all of the bishops found. We're missing 1 king. And 2 pawns. So we've almost found all the chess pieces. I don't know if that's necessarily super helpful, but I don't know. Seems kind of cool. Okay. Let's see if we can make our way down. Yes, we can, because I can put a thing here. I do kind of want to check the soil quality here, especially since I can dig. Soil quality is rich, which is exactly what I want. Yeah, let's go ahead and use our special key. Very nice. Here's an apple. And you can dig right here. Dice. Alrighty. And surprisingly, that is the only... Wow, okay. well, it's the only dig spot. So what does the rich soil do for rooms like this? If not... Are there special flowers that I should be seeing? Doesn't seem like it. Am I not looking closely enough? No. It just seems kind of normal. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and pull the levers here. Because it would be nice to make it to the antechamber. There's that one. And then we have to pull all three of these twice to get to the west door. Okay. That's 2. And this would be 3. There we go. Thank you. Now, I do want to test, does pointing all of these north or south do anything? I just want to be sure I'm not missing something obvious. It's possible this just turns and I see a blank wall, but... Or it's possible nothing happens. But I do want to test it. Yeah, this goes north, and I see that again. Yep, okay. But it doesn't really seem like I can do anything with this. And this is where it was, like, when I first came to the secret garden. So, let's turn it south. And see if that does anything. I mean, I imagine it'll turn it again, but we'll see if anything can be accomplished by doing that. And last one. Yeah, okay. Oh. Well, I mean, that's something. It's not necessarily helpful these days, but yeah. Okay, cool. That's pointing them all south, which is trying to think of the implications of that. I feel like maybe the old capital is to the south, because I do remember that Herbert's postcard from what he was considering Orinda Aries came from the south. So maybe that's why we point them all south. That is interesting though. So that's one way I could have solved this maybe earlier. I don't remember which of those things came first. I'm going to go ahead and turn these all back so that we don't have to do it later. And there we go. Seems to be getting kind of dark out. So that's fun. Okay. Yeah, let's head down. And can't pick the lock, that's fine. Servants' quarters would not be great here. Conference room would be fine. I think I'm willing to just do that. I do have lots of dice I could be using. Yeah, no weird words here. I do think I've already solved that puzzle, but I still like to check, just to see if there's one that I missed. Showroom could definitely have something. So I kind of want to redraw though. No, we'll take showroom. What is there to buy here? Yeah, this one is always intriguing to me. I might buy it just to see what it does. This gives me more steps. Moon pendant. I already have a moon pendant. I wonder if they stack. Can you have two moon pendants? I might want to try that too. I think I want to try this first though. So let's do that. Yeah. While drafting, you may rewind time after drawing new floor plans. And you're more likely to draw tomorrow rooms. That's cool. Okay. So we have that now. Yeah, that's just the shop icon floating ominously through the air. Okay, so we're drafting. While drafting, I can rewind time. Doesn't really seem like it. Okay. I can't like select my chronograph or anything. Weird. I don't know if I understand how this works, but I'll read it again in a second. Yeah, I want hallway here so I can reach all these places. Okay, what does chronograph say? While drafting, you may rewind time after drawing new floor. Oh, okay. So once I draw... Okay. So it's if I re-roll, I think. I can undo my re-roll. I'm willing to try it once. Yeah. Let's head this way. And there's a drawing room. Experiment successful. Oh man. I don't want to try it right now. I like both of these. Let's do mailroom. Couple of coins, very nice. And wow, so many letters. So many. Okay, where did we leave off? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think is the last one we did. Yes, drafting strategy. And here is 11. Simon, if I'm going to be mentioning members of the staff, perhaps I should give you a brief introduction. Ooh, I think that is very nice because some of these might have admin keys. In fact, Kirk Darren, I'm not sure if I've tried. Huh, okay. I should write a new note somewhere with the list of people. Yeah, okay. I'm going to title it People. And I don't even know if I spelled people correctly because my brain is doing other things right now. Okay. Number 1, Mrs. Ann Babbage. House manager. Okay. Kirk Darren, head of security. Seems like the type of person who would have very high access. Okay. Sounds good. Randolph Moore. That's this person. And we know that he does have an admin key, not necessarily the highest security one. Lead lab technician and network admin. Okay. Kimberly Thompson. Yeah, okay. And that's lab assistant. We've seen her writings. Chef de camp. No first name. Chef de camp. And that is head of kitchen. I'm writing these down almost word for word, just in case I need it. Hartley Rota, yeah. That is whose name we originally tried to use. The Baron's personal valet. Baron's personal valet. Okay. Christoph is the chauffeur. Who is possibly in cahoots with the old groundskeeper. Selling moonshine, I think. The chauffeur. Never know how to spell that. And then Robert Nogula. Is new groundskeeper. Okay. There are a handful of other names among the various live-out and seasonal service staff, but due to their infrequent mention, I thought it best to omit them from this cursory introduction. Randolph. Okay. That is actually really helpful. Thank you. Okay, another successful experiment, another letter. You have certainly been keeping yourself busy. As I've spent the last few days racking my brain trying to come up with new clues for you, I'm reminded of your mother's aptly named book, A New Clue, and how fiendishly she hid the clues for her readers within its pages. Don't worry, I won't be hiding my clues for you in imagery or writing, or requiring you to comb the text with a magnifying glass. The truth is, I'm not nearly as clever or as creative as she was. The best I could muster, trying to be cryptic and mysterious, would be something like, break the bricks in the weight room with something that has a handle and is very heavy. I am afraid that in spite of my best efforts, the result is not quite cryptic and even less mysterious. I hope I'll leave the riddles to your great uncle and his niece. Randolph. Very cool. Okay. We have broken the bricks in the weight room, and we've already looked at a new clue with a magnifying glass, so we know both of those things. Ooh, dear Simon, as I've been running out of ideas of my own, yesterday I asked Kirk Darren if he had any additional security advice I could pass on, and to my surprise, he gave me an envelope and directed me to include it in my next correspondence to you. I did not ask him what it contained, so I'll be very curious to hear from you after this is all over and find out whether or not it was of any use. Until next time, Randolph. Unused memos. Ooh, okay. Safe code 4368. The numbers 6, 7, and 9 do not appear in any of the fixed combinations of safes on the estate, and that seems to be true. Huh, okay. Yeah, I'm willing to write that down. They're unused, so I don't know if that means they're not necessarily all true, but this one seems like it's probably good. Numbers 6, 7, and 9 are never used. Actually, I was going to write that with my memos, but I'll write it with my safe list. So, no 6s, 7s, or 9s. That is super helpful. Right, because we had 1128, we had 1225, and May 8th. Yeah. Okay. Safe code 1213. Safe code D8. Yes. We already did that one, December 8th. Which I should really write down in my notes. I do have the other codes written down. This would be 1208. And I'll just write D8 in parentheses. Okay. There is a safe on rank 10. I don't know whether to know that's true or not, because it's not in a box. Unless this has a symbol on it hidden somewhere. I don't think so. And does this have anything hidden on it? No. Okay. Okay. Yes. So, yeah, some new information from that, for sure. Simon, I don't think of any reason you need to access the server administrator controls before I return, but your father has mentioned your interest in computers, so I have a feeling you may be a bit more hands-on than your great-uncle. You'll find the admin terminal in Blackbridge Grotto, a small cavern sealed, much like the story, off of the East Drive. Yeah. I believe I've previously explained how to restore power to the grotto in one of my earlier letters. However, keep in mind that accessing the terminal requires an admin key. Unfortunately, I won't be able to set one up for you until I return, but your admin key will eventually be Joan S., the first 4 letters of your family name. Or if you prefer, we could use a pseudonym. I'm sure we'll discuss it in greater detail when I return. Randolph. Interesting. Also, I wish I could take a closer look at that Fen Ares stamp. That's an Arinda Ares stamp. Not sure what that one is. Yeah, there's all sorts of different stamps here, which is pretty cool. That's a Fen Ares one. Can I look at that one closer? Yes, I can. The Grand Realm of Fen Ares. In fog, we are lost. In fire, we are found. Whoa. That feels intense. Okay. Cool. I wonder if that's added to my collection now. Okay, where was I? Did that one. Did that one. Did that one. Okay, 2 more. Simon, if you do end up accessing the admin controls in Blackbridge Grotto, I'm sure you noticed the sealed circular door to the left of the terminal. As you likely have already concluded for yourself, this door can only be opened if 3 different microchips are inserted in the central pedestal. Normally, all 3 microchips are kept secured in 3 other locations, but I decided to make it easy for you, and I've left one of the microchips in the grotto for ready access. However, you will have to find a new clue or 2 to find the others. Yes, okay. So my theory was right. Seems like that is the way to find the other microchips. He has drawn a hammer here. So I wonder if I need to use a hammer to smash the bust in the foyer. I don't know. Okay, last one. Simon, I'm honestly very impressed with the number of experiments you've been successful in executing. I certainly wasn't expecting to write this many letters when I started our correspondence. Frankly, I'm not quite sure what other advice I can offer in the blind without knowing directly what the challenges you currently face on the estate. For all I know, you've long since reached room 46 and are just continuing your unaccompanied exploration. Stag happy and free of the maids and staff crowding the halls and getting in your way. I can't say I blame you, and I'm sure the other members of the household are quite enjoying their extended vacation. Speaking strictly for myself, however, I cannot wait to get back and begin working with you directly. Helping you through these letters has only whetted my imagination, and to be candid, our collaboration in this correspondence has reminded me so much of working with Mary. I know she's proud of you. Until the day I return, Randolph. Cool. That seems like it might be the last one. Very nice. Okay, can I look over here at this stamp? Ooh. That is Kararika. Very interesting. It seems to be very snowy and mountainous. Which I do have written down that it is mountainous, but I don't have the weather written down. Okay. Huh. Let me look at my photo of the different weather things. This is good. I'm learning a lot from these stamps. Assuming I can find the picture I'm looking for. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Okay, here we go. Snow, dotted lines. Okay, I think I'm gonna write that down then. And that might be all I need. Assuming that it's horse trails, like it's mountainous, so I figured probably like rough trails would be the mode of transportation. So we're going to do dotted line for snow, which I don't know why I didn't guess snow when I heard that it was mountainous. That seems pretty normal, but, and there's no like writing on it. That's okay though. Can't see any stamps here. No, can't even get to the top of that. That's fine. Yeah, Fen Aries we've seen. Okay. Orinda Aries we've also seen. But it looks cool nonetheless. And that would be Orinda. Yeah. Okay, can't see this one unfortunately. Ooh, here we go. Morajai. What does that say? The White Sea of Yor. Interesting. The White Sea. I wonder if that means the color is white for Morajai. And it seems like they travel by ship. Is that one of my... Yeah, that would be the 4 directions, the compass rose. And the weather... Can't really tell from this. Maybe windy? I doubt it's foggy. Could be just straight lines. Yeah, I'm thinking either windy or just normal. Yeah, okay. I will write down Morajai is boat. So, boat, yep. And then color is white. Maybe. Yeah, right? Because if they travel by boat, and we know the pink one travels by turtle, probably. Still insane to me. Every time I say it out loud, I'm just like, I cannot believe an entire civilization of people uses turtles for travel. Crazy. Yeah, so we know transportation, we know possibly color. What are the moats? I guess that's a decent question to ask. We know spiritual is for, I guess Vera would be the remaining one. That's pink. Let me find my moats. Here they are. We've got tribal, which I don't think we've used. No, we haven't used it. Although we don't have the moats for nuance. Although I'm still not convinced that they would be tribal. I'm not really convinced any of them would be tribal. That doesn't seem like something that would be the case in modern day. And somebody, yeah, a civilization that's building boats like that, probably not tribal. Agricultural, maybe? I don't think we've used that one yet. Martial, metropolitan, academic, industrial, spiritual, and poetic. I don't know if there's enough information here to determine which of those it would be. The White Sea of Yore. Okay, well, that's interesting. And does provide me with some information. I guess, yeah, these letters are really helpful just for the information I get from these stamps. Can't believe I didn't think about that earlier. Although I don't always have a magnifying glass in here, so I'll blame it on that. Those are roads, right? But surely they would use air travel. Yeah, I don't know. And I think I tried a whole bunch with nuance and still couldn't figure it out. And what color is nuance? Is it green? Yes, it is. So we do at least have that. But aside from the blimp, I'm not really getting much here. Okay. What else do we have? Here is, yes, a Raja. A Raja array. At Ares Yena. That would be, I don't know. Oh, the Eastern Rain, right? And it does, I was unsure of what that said before, but yeah, that looks like it says the Eastern Rain. So, J.R.E. Yena. I don't know. Okay, either way, we already have that sigil made, so don't necessarily need to stare at that too much. That one looks unique. Is that one Vera? No. That one might just be... No, I can't tell. Okay, here's one. Ooh, turtle. Vera, yes, okay. And I think we have all the information we need for Vera. So I should probably start writing that down. We've got turtleback, which would look like what exactly? Right. That's 4 directions that are kind of shorter, plus an extra direction for the head of the turtle. Okay. Turtle. Then we know that it's hot. And we know that it's spiritual. And we know that it's pink. Okay. And that is pretty much everything, right? That's everything that we need to know about it. Which one is pink? Which border is pink? Trying to figure that out. Here it is. That would be, yes, the little kind of like zigzags but more square. Okay. Good enough. Anything else we can learn? Archeries. We've already made that one. And we've seen the stamp. It's pretty cool. In commemoration of the opening of 5th Zone Power Plant, the Contessa. Yeah, they are very... I actually have Metropolitan. Right? Is that what I have? I think so. Although they seem really industrial. So maybe I wrote that down wrong, or maybe they're just more metropolitan than they are industrial. Okay, well, that was a great mailroom experience. I've learned a lot. Okay, it's time to go elsewhere now. What I love to see is the foyer. Yeah, break room I think would be good here. Or I could redraw and see what happens. I want to redraw. Yes, I can rewind time. Seeing the freezer made me think, man, if I had the emerald bracelet, the freezer wouldn't be an issue. Something to think about. I do think I want my... Well, okay, here's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to end in break room because I kind of want to end in planetarium. So... maybe I'll just put... I'll put a bedroom here. Okay. There's a coin purse. Sure. No trunk. No trunk. Okay. Clock tower. Could be really good. Yeah, because tomorrow rooms are more likely, so yes, it would be good. And while I'm up here, can I do anything with my jackhammer? I imagine the answer is no, based on what I've discovered about it. Do get some coins though. I am going to take a picture of this, because I don't have one. Nope, I do have one, I just forgot. Okay, well, that's fine. Still not sure what to do about it though. And there should be a key up here. How do I get that? It's high up among the clocks, right? So, in theory, there should be a key that I can get. High up among all the clocks. I'm worried that it just like keeps popping up in one of these gears and I'm just missing it. I don't think that's the case. I've watched some of these gears for quite a while, but maybe not all of them. Yeah. I'm not seeing a key. This is really intriguing to me, this giant gear here, because I can get so close to it. So I feel like I should be seeing something this close to it. But I'm just not. Is it in this gear somewhere? Is it in like one of these little teeth of the cog? I guess it could be. There are a lot of them. I'm not seeing any though. Huh. Yeah? I'm pretty good at watching these for a long time. But I don't think it's doing anything for me. There's also just this swan here. Hmm. Why is there a swan here? And is there a key inside of it? Southward, I see a swan. Do I see a swan southward from here? Not really. Huh. Okay, well, I'm still not sure what I'm supposed to do up here. But I think it might have to do with that puzzle. Assuming it is a puzzle. Rogue like the moon of the north. It spells sacred. Why does it spell sacred? What does that help me with? I just don't know. Yeah, the time that's like etched into the stone here seems to be the same. Is that the time I need to wait for? For something to happen in the clock tower? I think it could be. That's like what, 6:10? What time is it right now? It is past 6:10. It is 7:55. This one is permanently in the position of 6:05, 6:10, 6:07-ish. I'm not very good at reading clocks, in case you couldn't tell. All these other ones have the correct time. This one does not. So what does that mean? What can I do with that information? We're pointing north. North. Rogue like the moon of the north. That's all this says. I mean, I see the moon over there. I don't know if any of this means anything. Wish I could walk over to it. But that does make me think I might need to be here when they all match up. So maybe towards the end of the run I'll come back and just like cut over to when it's 6:05-ish, 6:07. Yeah, I think that sounds like a plan. Okay, we could go to the secret garden. We could go back to the mechanarium. I mean, we have to go back through the secret garden anyway, so I think we'll do that. Yeah. Have not spread anything. And it is dark out. Right, because it's winter, so it gets dark early. Okay, I can't pick the lock. That's fine. Yeah, tomorrow rooms. Lots of them. What I'd love to do is have a secret passage here. Okay, nothing here. Nothing here either. I'm not confident I'm going to get a secret passage. What happens if I rewind? I can just keep rewinding. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if I want to spend my last 3 dice on this though. So I don't think I'm going to. I think what I'll do instead is... Can I rewind again? Yeah, that's fine. I can put a morning room here. Or I could put coat check. No, I'll put morning room. I'm thinking of coming through the antechamber and hoping to get a secret passage from there. But we'll see. It doesn't appear to be anywhere to dig here, so I can't use my lockpick. I might go back to the mechanarium. No, I should just go ahead and use the key here. I think that's fine. I mean, I could put office here. I think that's fine. Right, okay. What can I do in the office? I can spread coins. There we go. I don't have servants' quarters or anything like that. So I think that's just all I'll do for now. Do I have any more ideas about this? Actually, is this a bust of Isaac Gates? Now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't really questioned who this is. Huh. Count Isaac Gates. March of the Count. What does that mean? What does it mean? March of the Count. Okay. Here's one. Here's 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. Is that what I need to do? Zero 3, 0 4. No, that's not it. Could it be 0303? Oh man. Okay. I think the way I got that is, first of all, it's March, so the month is 3. But other than this giant one, there are 3 small busts of the Count. Or of whoever that is. Around here. And I counted them. Okay. Alright, I mean, I'll take it. This is number 8. March 3rd. Dear Mr. Sinclair, thank you for promptly answering all our demands, not involving the police, and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And while I'm guessing you had hoped to never hear from us again once we had given you back the envelopes, we felt that one final red letter of our own was merited given the circumstances. Hopefully you will not be as careless with this missive as you were with the others. Correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. Let's first put your apprehensions aside as I'm sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we are not making more demands, and no, we do not have copies of the other letters. You are already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we can do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write to you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there had been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of those points and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colorful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorize. Despite what you may believe you interpreted as thinly veiled threats towards your young nephew, I want to personally assure you there was never any tangible danger. If we gave any impression we would hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the very vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might be questionable, enough so that it would be reasonable to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope you believe us when we tell you that this was not a calculated ploy to elicit payment. However, as payment has been received, there is nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of those funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are in fact entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause that the letters pertain to. And you thought this letter couldn't get any more incriminating for us. Again, we feel guilty as sin, and only time will tell if the financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favorably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for the inconvenience. Forever anonymous, X. Weird. I might need to go back and read some of these other letters to see if there's some context I can gain from that. But there's definitely a good amount of blackmail in these red letters, which is possibly intentionally ironic, considering it's the color black. But I'm not sure. Do I want to draft here? I don't think so. I think I want to do it from the antechamber and hope for a secret passage that can potentially lead me to the bedroom. I'm not sure how that's going to look, but I will figure it out when we get there. Do I have any more red rooms? No, I still only have the one. So I'm not going to buy anything in the kitchen. Yeah, back to the mechanarium we go. And, right, can't pick the lock, that's fine. I do need some more keys, though. Cloister would have some spots to dig, which I think is good. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, there's that, and there's that. And we can dig. Yes, more dice, thank you. That is exactly what I wanted. Even more. Very nice. Alright. That's making me feel a little better. This is locked, but I can pick it. That's good. Do I want to try a freezer? I think the answer is no. Yeah, that's all I'll say about that. And I'll do music room instead to get some keys. Okay, we got a prism key, which could be helpful. The piano noise always catches me off guard because it happens kind of suddenly and it's a little dissonant. Let's go can't pick the lock. Maybe we go back to Cloister. I'm curious now that I have a prism key if I want to actually go back to the office, try to draft a bedroom from there, and then use the prism key to make my way into possibly master bedroom. That seems like it might work out better than my other plan. I'll have to keep thinking about it. This seems like an awful place for this, but I'm going to put it here. We're going to leave it there. Oh, hey, completely forgot about this. This seems like the spot. Sure. Let's dig. What do I get out of it? Man, lots of digging. I always forget how much digging is involved in this. One of the lost coffers. Nice. Contains 8 gems. Man, we are not hurting for gems this run, which feels pretty good. It does mean the freezer will hurt all the more if I do end up drafting that. Yeah. I think I would like to come this way. I know it uses a lot of steps to do so, but I think it might be worth it. Okay, this is locked. I don't want to use a special key here. I can pick the lock, and what I want to do is redraw until I get a bedroom that turns to the right, which may or may not happen, but it's more likely than a bedroom that goes straight through, because I don't think those exist. Oh boy. Ooh, a vault. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass up on that for now. I am using all of my dice on this. That would not help at all. Wow. A bedroom that turns to the left. How great is that? Yeah, let's just put a dining room here. Can at least get into the antechamber and get some steps. Yeah, we'll eat it. That's fine. Thank you. Ugh. I always just get a little bit upset with Simon for not finishing that pizza. It looks so good. Okay, antechamber. Nice. Allowance token. Sure, I'll take a basement key. Why not? Okay. I can still stay away from the corner and come back when I have some more dice. Foyer. Yes. Okay. Who am I looking for? Who am I looking for? There's Count Isaac Gates. Here is Baron Edwin Sinclair. Here is J.R.E. Yenna. Major Nicholas Key. Major Nicholas Key. Interesting. That's not what I was expecting. I don't think there is an Aaron, is there? I think I just made that up. And I can't smash this. Okay, so I'm still a little bit confused, but I think that's okay. Yes, this is Isaac Gates. Baron Edwin Sinclair. J.R.E. Yenna. Something with the hands, too. Still haven't figured out. Okay. Major Thomas Key the Fourth. Sorry, Major Nicholas Key the Fourth. Maybe I need to try key N. Maybe that would be worth it. I can try that. Okay. Maybe A key meant admin key, right? Maybe there's another short name. Did I write any short names down and just not realize it? It's possible. Ann Babbage, Kirk Darren, Moore, Thompson, DeCamp, Rota, Nogula. None of those are super short. I do want to check out Kirk Darren, though, when I have the chance. Here's the thing. If I do freezer now, I've got a lot of gems for tomorrow. So this might not be a bad idea either way. Especially since I can go back to coat check and pick up the emerald bracelet. So I think I'm going to do this. Yeah. I don't think there's anything I can pick up in here when everything's frozen. But that's okay. And there are definitely things I want to read in here. So, yeah. I think that's fine. And we can go all the way back somewhere. I said that, but I should have been more specific. We want to go back to the music room, which is that way. I do want to step in here and grab my coins, though. Yes, lots and lots and lots of coins. I just realized that's not doing anything because I froze my assets. Okay. That's okay. Sometimes I think things through and sometimes I don't. And that's all I have to say about that. Okay. It's fine. We're doing fine. We're not doing great, but we're doing okay. All right, give me this. Thank you. And I will be on my way now. Okay, no worries about gems. Okay. This is the only one that gets me across, so we're going to take it. And I can dig in here and grab a key. Some dice, perfect. And yes, let's go up here. Break room fits well and would have a key. This one would have 2 chests that I could open. So I might take this one instead. Although I don't want to add more things to my draft pool if I can avoid it. So no, we'll just go with this. Okay. Anything to grab? No. Let's do a puzzle and let's do it well. We've got 6. We've got 14 squared. No. Ooh, that almost got me. That's 14 reverse, which is 41. Minus 20 is 21. Minus 1 is 20. This is another 41. Minus 1 is 40. Divided by 20 is 2. This is 10 reversed is 1. Times 20 is 20. Nice. Thank you, elementary school. And we got a key card. Not the most helpful thing at this point, but I'll take it. Yeah, pick the lock, use a key, sure. Okay, all of these are dead ends, unfortunately. I could try going for this for some items. Sure, let's do it. Kind of want more dice and more keys. Key, good. Gems don't do anything. That doesn't really do anything. Okay, so no more dice, unfortunately. But we can go back to the dining room. So we'll do that. Yeah. I did not use my prism key. Because I never use my prism key. So that's a little unfortunate. Yes, we want to go back down this way. Through here. And around. Through here. And when we get there, what do I want to draft? I would love to draft a master bedroom. I would also be okay drafting a furnace or a vault. I think any of those three would be perfectly fine. Okay, that's not any of those three. I could look at a new clue with a magnifying glass. I'm going to redraw. That's not what I want. Okay, and I'm going to redraw. Still not what I want. Okay. Well, before I choose, what opens the south? Greenhouse or weight room? I don't think I saw that anywhere. Yeah. Okay, let's rewind. I don't like any of these. Conservatory is fine. But I think I'd rather go with the library if I'm going to go with anything. Yeah, let's go with library. Because I do want to look at this with a magnifying glass, which I now have. Okay. Route 8, depart. Yeah, keep left. All that stuff. That's fine. What am I looking at here? Christoph Clark. We do know somebody named Christoph, so I wonder if that is the same person. Maybe. Is there anything else written in here? There's the dead cases, which are dead end rooms. Lavatory, closet, attic, furnace, solarium. Corner cases, some of which are checked off. Patio, nook, office, pantry. Also parlor and library, which are not checked off. Interesting. Patio, nook, office, and pantry. Okay. Anything in here? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to really look at closely here. Keep left, sure. Stand or fork, yep. Yeah, fruits. Here's the titles of the books, which we've already done. Here are some interesting things that I haven't really done anything with. Mary, Mary, Gates, Gates. Right, right. So what do I do with that? I just I just realized something in my head as I was thinking about this. The whole March of the Count Gates thing. The reason that I needed to use March 3rd instead of March 4th is because I was counting the small gates. And it just hit me that that was significant because of a different puzzle. So, anyway, just thought that was funny. Uh, I'm still not really sure what to do about these homophones. Especially with gates and gates in the drawing room. Not really sure. Yep, there's the blueprint, there's a hammer, there's a vase. Wait a second. That seems significant. I wonder if I need to smash one of those. I just want to smash something, okay? Just let me take my hammer and just break something to pieces. Please and thank you. Dead end, major key. Why is major key written there? What does it all mean? Dead end, major key. Separated out as if it were an erogen word, meaning short name. The suspect is minor is true. The suspect is major is true. The suspect is a key. I don't know. I don't know if this would helped me at all. Don't really see anything with that. Don't know if this is quite as helpful as I hoped. The suspect is minor. Who are the minors on this list? We have Richard Scott. We have Sandra Dillon. We have Bo Lee. That's it. No, we have Charles Riscall. Bo Lee is a short name. Maybe I can try that. Yeah. Okay, I'll try Bo Lee. I'll try Nicholas Key. And I'll also try the other guy, Kirk Darren. I think those are good leads. And do I have the steps to pull any of that off this run? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I probably do. I can get to the foundation in 8 steps. So I can probably get to the grotto and not too many more. Okay. Yes, we're gonna do something. And I hope it's good. Man, this is a long episode. But I'm hoping it'll all pay off. We will see. Do I have a... I should have put my emerald bracelet back in check. Because I didn't even use it. You know what? I can try the names anytime. I think it's worth it. I think I still have enough steps either way. Maybe. I think it's worth it to go back. Yeah. Here we go. And you know what? I don't think I even used any extra steps doing that, so it's fine. Okay, I want to put my emerald bracelet back in here. I think that's probably the most useful item I have. I guess I could do like chronograph. No, I want to put emerald bracelet back in here. That's fine. We still have the moon pendant, so we'll still be saving 2 items. So yeah, okay. Now we head back and try to make it to the grotto. We'll see if it works. Suspect is major. I don't know. I don't have a sanctum key, do I? No, I don't. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, because I didn't get the vault. And I did not manage to figure out the clock tower. Probably won't do that until some other time. But I have a better idea of maybe what needs to be done now. So, yeah, we'll try being in the clock tower at... Yeah, at a 6 something. Okay, unless it's... I don't remember which... Yeah, it's 605, yeah. Just making sure I had the correct lengths of hands in my head. Okay. I went too far, didn't I? That's the gem. Yeah. It's fine. I have enough steps. Just barely. Okay. I would like to come in here. I would like to log in. And I would like to use Kirk Darren. Admin not found. Okay. That's fine. What about Bowley? I wasn't expecting that to work. I don't know why. Okay. First of all, I wanna check this. Timeout setting controls how long a computer terminal stays connected to the network without disconnecting from the server. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, all these are on, that's fine. Check connection off-site. Inbound, outbound connections and electronic mail communications outside the local network have been temporarily disabled. Interesting. Okay. User database. Doesn't even show up on here. Okay. I don't even know who Bo Lee is. Who's Bo Lee? Oh, import trophy data. Oh. Yes, okay. This is how I get the day 1 trophy. Okay, that's fine. I can do that at some point. Doesn't seem too terribly difficult. Probably is. Okay, admin logs. Please tell me there's more that I can see. Okay. Black Bridge, yes. Curse. Fixed a connection error between the office and the security. Sure. Ooh. 3 new admin keys have been added to the network's user database. Lee B, Prov C. I'm not sure who that is. And Hound U. I'm gonna write these people down somewhere. My list of people. I think that's probably a good idea. Here we go. Let's put Bo Lee. Let's put Prov C. And let's put Hound U. Okay. Admin log view access restricted to the following admin keys. Okay. Why? Sorry, this is all Lee B. Yeah. This is all Bo Lee saying this. Prov C. Lee, we are planning something later this year. 87. Oh gosh. And need to make sure communication on here is not being archived. Are there additional steps we can take to ensure privacy? Bo Lee, already taken care of. We are now bypassing message archiving. Randolph, shouldn't notice anything out of the ordinary. Prov C, good. No one else on the estate knows we're here. Other than Mary, of course, who saw Lee on Tuesday. But Hound Yu has a plan to take care of her. Lee B, if it must be done, it must be done. Just see to it that the body is not discovered. The last thing we need is for the Red Guard to be snooping around here. Hound Yu, she won't be found, rest assured. Lee B, let's disperse for now. I'll meet you all at the safe house in Reddington in 4 days. Then, once the inquiry is over, we will proceed with our plans for the museum. Interesting. Okay, Lee B resuming operations. Prov C, welcome back, Lee. This is in June of 87, so a few months later. Welcome back, Lee. I've been camping out of the old schoolhouse for the past month, waiting for your return. It's spacious, quiet, and should prove to be an effective base of operations outside the purview of the staff and the Baron. The old schoolhouse. Okay. Lee B, this is a couple weeks later. We should have an opening on the first day of September. Can we be ready by then? First day of September. Interesting. Hound Yu, I don't see why not. Negotiations for transportation are in the final stages. If all goes well, we will have air passage to Nuance secured for that date. Lee B, I think Moore is planning a scheduled maintenance soon, so we should likely wrap things up here. Hound Yu, I'd say it's time to scrub these logs. They might fall under some scrutiny in the near future. Prov C and Huan Yu and Lee B delisted and deleted from user database. Archive access, full access plus access to archived admin logs and deleted database entries. RTA is down. RTA is working again. Yeah, okay. Wait, did I miss something? Where's the note about adding somebody who didn't meet the... Right? There was a note about that, right? Did I miss it? Naming the network. Sure. Also, electronic mail. 3 new admin keys in 87. All of this is their correspondence. Temporary access to mainframe in Blackbridge Grotto has been restored to perform routine maintenance. Updated access privileges. RTA is down while we work on a solution to report. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yep. Added new data management features. Changing of the guard. Simon's arrival. Interesting. B. Lee. So who are these people? Huh. That wasn't really what I was expecting to find here. Okay. I'm just thinking, like, what can I get from this? Also, there was definitely a note about adding somebody with a short name, and I'm not finding it in the logs on this profile. Okay, we're planning the whole museum thing, but why does Mary need to be out of the picture for that? No one else on the estate knows we're here other than Mary, who saw Lee on Tuesday. But Huan Yu has a Haon Yu has a plan to take care of her. Who are these people? We'll meet you all at the safe house in Reddington in 4 days. Schoolhouse seems important. I'm not sure how, though. They're going to Nuance. And they delisted themselves. Okay. That seems to be all there is to find here. What I'd like to do is log back in with a normal one. What's a normal one? This would be, yeah. And I want to look at the admin logs again because I'm pretty sure there's a different. Okay. Security terminal, video playback, yep. All these deleted logs. 72587, as requested yesterday, a new admin key created. $711.87. Yeah, these are all not the same dates, are they? From March, early March of 87? In July? I was pretty sure they were in February and June, right? So are these different messages altogether? Let me try a different one. Let's try Haon Yu. Admin not found. Let's try Prov C. Admin not found. Let's try Key N. Admin not found. Okay, so Lee B is the only one that seems to still be working. It's not listed here. Let's look at the admin logs again, just to be sure. This is 86. Oh, this is 86. This is February of 87. Yeah, these are different dates altogether. Absolutely. Prov C and Haon Yu and Lee B delisted and deleted from user database. But Lee B still works and the other two don't. Why is that? Okay. Updated user database. Can't go any further. Ugh, I'm just so confused. Okay, I think it's time to just cut my losses. I can't make it back to the planetarium, unfortunately. But that's okay. We're just going to call it a day here. Yes, let's go ahead and call it a day. We'll have lots of gems tomorrow, which is good. Yeah. Overall, crazy day. We got a new microchip. I'm even less sure than I was before about where the third one could be. But I did read some interesting and concerning correspondence between 3 people, one of which is Bo Lee, maybe? And their plan to steal the crown, but also to get rid of Mary. Very interesting. I feel like I'm still missing something there, but I don't know. I might need to just look for the last microchip. Okay, well, yeah, we did something. Not exactly sure what that was, but we did something. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving a like or a positive comment, because that really helps me out. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.